join me in welcoming Dr. Olusola Ayoola.
I'd like to greet you all and appreciate your presence here. My name is Dr. Olusola Ayoola. Next slide, please. So, I happen to be the founder and CEO of Robotics and Artificial Intelligence Nigeria. I don't know if you've heard of it, but great people pass through rain. In the picture in front of you, you can see the Deputy Secretary General of the United Nations who visited rain in 2021. So we can say she passed through rain, right? And she's a great person, as many others have been through. When I was contacted to speak on this topic, I was like, I'm quite confused. AI-driven growth, sectoral transformations in emerging markets. Okay, I understand the English, but should I be looking at the global side of it and talk about how AI is revolutionizing the world? Or should I go local and talk about whether or not it is actually revolutionizing our country? So I don't know, because I'm not a fan of celebrating global achievements unless it impacts positively in our lives. I mean, why do you think I returned to Nigeria to start a company when I was working in the UK? Because my interest is to drive growth in Nigeria. So I'm going to try to balance the two, okay? Next slide, please. So the agenda for us is going to be very quick because I know I have just 20 minutes for the talk. Where are we globally when it comes to AI? And I'm sure many of you know this already. But then, do we have examples of Nigerians doing great things in the world of AI? Maybe we'll talk about that. Why are we not where we want to be? Because, believe it or not, we are still not there yet. What are the pain points? Now, number 4, I'm going to really tackle many of us in this room here because we are doing something very wrong. And number 5, I'm going to challenge you on what I think you should try to do going forward. And then we conclude. Are we cool? Are we cool? I can't hear that. Are we cool? Looks like they need some soft drinks or something. Coordinator. All right, next slide. Yeah, cool. Let's agree. AI is truly revolutionizing a lot. Logistics, security, healthcare, agriculture, and so on. There are so many things AI is doing greatly for us. I'm just going to point out one or two. If you look at my slides, somewhere at the bottom you would see virtual arts, right, and fashion. Can I explain that briefly before we go into my topic? Virtual arts, in the past, and up till now anyway, so many people would spend a lot of money to get makeup artists, right? To do makeup for them, right? Especially newscasters before they go on air. Oh, makeup, 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 makeup. Oh, hello, you're welcome to the news. Hello. Today on TikTok, do you know how many people have some kind of makeup that is not really theirs? All you need to do is select the effect you want, right? You can even have glasses and face cap and all that, and it's not real. Some people have lost their jobs, right? The makeup artists. And I won't be surprised if tomorrow on NTA, we start seeing makeup virtual arts where a presenter is actually not the real person you're seeing. But then that's to tell you that AI has already taken over that space. And that's not all. We have it in the social media and so on. I will talk about some of them very quickly. All right, personalized education. Now, this is one aspect that AI has truly swept our feet. When it comes to knowledge, there is never a time to stop learning, right? And when you graduate and you are expected to know one or two things, you can quickly run to ChatGPT and ask a few questions. And this time around, they have lowered the language barrier. You don't have to be a pro in English. When it comes to searching on Google, you need to type the things you want to look for properly. But on ChatGPT, just as it's entering your head, just be typing it. It will help you understand better what you are even trying to say. For example, I'm trying to look for the tallest mountain in the world that is not in Africa, but it's in China. And tallest mountain in Africa, not China, where is it? It will just tell me, you are looking for the tallest mountain. You understand? Knowledge has become so democratized with OpenAI and so on. And it's not just OpenAI. Google has their own as well, and Bing. But more importantly is that out of school youths, and this is scary, this is the real scary part. Out of school youths, those who stopped at the level of maybe primary school and don't have that control of the English language, they can still send emails to their, MAGA, and it will sound so professional. all thanks to ChatGPT. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? That's up to you. But more importantly, again, people pour out their hearts to this to these LLM platforms. You will see people really being honest with these LLM platforms because they think that nobody is seeing it. Well, I hope you know it's all on the record. The day you are applying for your visa, they will just open your ChatGPT history. But the truth is, people are able to confess online on OpenAI platforms and Google's platform as well. I have this problem. My boss said I need to do this. I don't want to do it. Give me a letter that will make it seem like I'm serious. Okay, and so on. Next slide. Away from education is the social media side of it. So AI is truly revolutionizing that area. You know, when it comes to social media, in the past, ever since Facebook started, AI had existed. I hope you all know that all those times you upload a picture on Facebook, Facebook can actually interpret what the caption is. If it's one person in the picture or two people, one is standing, Facebook can interpret that. That's AI. But they've gone beyond that now. They've gone beyond censorship as well. Now, all of your data is being used to achieve what they call targeted ads. And people pay a lot on that platform. So that means that with AI, you're getting the best information that you want. And it's crazy because there's a lot of networking going on amongst social media platforms. You can be chatting on WhatsApp, and on Twitter, you're seeing an ad that corresponds to your WhatsApp chat. Cookies, they share all these things. It's a platform. They all share it. So that means that with data that they have about all of us, they can quickly manipulate and get things to us. And it's getting to the point that we have, of course, one solution that we are building at Rain is a media release tracker. So a media personnel came to us and said, people sometimes come to us and say, hey, I'm an upcoming artist, play my music for me, please. Maybe play it 4 times a day on the radio, and I'll pay you whatever amount per times you play. And the producers and the radio station try to play it as many times as they can, but there is no record because the DJ is just switching, so there is no record. So he said, can you build an AI system that I will just put it beside my radio station anywhere in the world, and once it listens, it records, it knows what I'm playing, and then creates a log for that. So I gave it to one of our researchers, and he built that. So today I can say there's already a platform. You go on, once you're on live, it's listening to any sound in the radio or from the television or anything. And if anybody's music pops up, it records the time the music started, the time the music ended, and the radio station can have a profile for all what they have done for the clients. Next slide, please. So finally, healthcare. I'm happy to say that when it comes to healthcare, there are so many Nigerians doing things in AI, including agriculture, but I'm focusing on healthcare now. The first one is RxAll. RxAll is a company founded by a Nigerian, Adebayo Alonge, studied pharmacy, now in Canada because he was jackpot to the place. He built a device that allows you to check the authenticity of any tablet because according to statistics, back then, before his device, out of every drugs in the pharmacy, 50% are fake. You take the drug, you get more sick than you were when you took the drug. So he developed that device, and now you can scan the the tablet, to know how original it is using AI machine learning. The second one is the one by Dr. Abiodun, Help Mom. Help Mom is really, in fact, they are winning grants here and there because anything that has to do with vaccination, helping the young and the women gets a lot of traction. Now, Help Mom simply uses AI to drive vaccination and make sure that women get alerts whenever they're supposed to take their child for vaccination or whenever they need to go for antenatal, and also helps them to quickly get antenatal advice from home, while on the app. And so there's so much to do. But let's go to the next slide. Next slide. The power of AI in transforming the business landscape across sectors is undeniable. Business owners must ensure they have the right team to harness these AI potentials. So let us think. Let us think. With the slides I have shown you just some seconds ago, we can see that solutions that I have talked about really tackle things that matter to us. The radio station thing, the healthcare for the moms, and the drugs, and so on. But think about something. The person I said started RXO was a pharmacist, solved the problem in the healthcare. The person that started Help Mom studied veterinary medicine and is solving a problem that has to do with vaccination and co. Meaning that if you think that AI will achieve the desired adoption rate across businesses, if AI developers only and continuously do not engage key stakeholders in every sector, then we're going nowhere. So the reason I'm putting this slide is that we have many AI developers in the room, myself inclusive. We just wake up and think, let me do one project. You know what? Let me do this. It will solve a problem. You are solving no problem unless you engage those in the market. Next slide. So when you look at the picture on the right, what can you see there? Can anybody tell me what you can see on the picture on the right? Anybody? Tomatoes, right? Is it tomatoes or tomatoes? Okay, let's not go there. But you will notice that some are healthy, some are not healthy, right? So when you, as a normal Nigerian with an AI knowledge, comes up and says, I'm going to build a solution to this. I'll build an AI computer vision project that can sort out the healthy looking tomatoes from the unhealthy looking tomatoes. That's solving a problem. Let me do it. At least I'll get investors. Young man, young lady, you are doing that solution for yourself. Have you investigated the real problem? Okay, if eventually, and I'm not saying it's not a good project. I know most of you are doing it, so let me not say it's a bad project. But when you successfully separate good tomatoes from the bad tomatoes, what's going to happen to the bad ones? The problem is that we don't want bad tomatoes, right? So don't think you are doing anybody a favor by building a computer vision algorithm that can remove the bad ones from the good ones, fix the real problem. So I say to you that AI is an enabler, a driver, a tool for resource optimization. And in our continent, where we have little, we must optimize our resources. So we must start to ask the right questions. Mr. Farmer, what is the problem? Do you have a problem with security that is not allowing you to go to your farms? Do you have a problem with climate change that is causing unexpected changes in the growth rates? Do you have problems with soil nutrition, outbreak of diseases? Do you want to predict those things? And then the farmer will tell you the real problem. Look at the slide. It says, studies estimate that 40% of Nigeria's agricultural output is lost before it reaches who? The consumers. Largely due to poor storage, inadequate transportation, and a lack of market access for the small holder farmers. So if you are really going to reduce the amount of unhealthy looking tomatoes, get the produce faster to the people that need it. And that's something AI can also do. So let's not all stick to computer vision projects, thinking we are solving problems. Let's fix other problems. Next slide. And so I said to you that, yes. So I said to you that we have to use AI to find the problem before we use AI to solve the problem. What did I say? We have to use what? AI to find the problem before we use AI to. So let's not just be thinking of solutions that seem so easy to do. The real research is where AI comes in. How do we figure out what would make the farmer happier? How do we figure out what will make the customers for any business around us happier? When it comes to AI, we want businesses to welcome the idea, but businesses may not because of some pain points in the adoption of AI. Number one, for example, is data privacy. You want to collect data. How private will it be? Especially in a world where people like private lives. For example, imagine the federal government saying to us, okay, we are trying to build an AI system. Put your name, how much you earn, where you work, what you do on weekends. You'd be like, how am I sure they don't want to use this one to tax us? Nobody will give the right data. Unless they go for the implicit method of data collection, which means you wouldn't know they are collecting that data. And then that's also possible. Who says it's not even happening? But then digital trust. Digital trust is when people trust the system, the digital system in place. For now, we are still struggling with that. In a case where they tell you, okay, let's go for e-voting. And people say, oh, no, we don't trust that. They will rig it. They will do something. They will manipulate the server. So how then do you continue with digitalization? Of course, energy, you know that OpenAI, for example, have said, for them to actually get to the level that they want to get, they must produce their own energy in their headquarters, in their OpenAI headquarters. So what they are doing is trying to build nuclear fission plants nuclear fusion plants, sorry, that will build the energy that they need. Now, if a country in the US says they need to build their own energy to be able to process our data, our information, then how much more a Nigerian company that wants to compete with them? Not only will you produce your own energy, you must produce the one that the community will use. If not, they will come and break your station and say, you are the one holding all the energy. Technical know-how. This is a big challenge. How many of us in this room are AI developers? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Some of you are afraid, because you know I can ask you a question now. Okay, anybody here AI developer? Okay. Should I ask you a question? Don't worry. It's a what question? But the point is, so many of us have interest in AI, but not many of us have that technical knowledge. We like to talk about AI, but to sit down and build is a problem. Yesterday I was in Dubai. Okay, no, yes. When? Yeah, day before yesterday I was in Dubai. I came back yesterday. And somebody came to, the GTEX program, somebody from Port Harcourt came around to the Lagos booth and said he wants to make a pitch. And then I said to him, what's the solution about? He talked about it. It was a great solution. Then I said, the AI you are going to use for this, your security architecture, did you guys design it in your team? He said, no, it's from China. We are importing it. I said, okay, that's by the way. The app that you're going to use, that you said that you showed me in the slide, did you design it in your team? He said, no, that one too. Somebody from China. I said, so which one did you guys do? He said, the platform already exists now. Why should they redesign what already exists? I said, that's the problem. We need to own our technology. And the thing is that he did not know that there were people in Nigeria he could talk to build the AI solution for him. And that's because in this room, only few people said they can build AI systems. And even we must build that number. I'm not going to tell you come to RAIN to learn, because RAIN is the most expensive in Nigeria, by the way. But you can go on Google, Coursera, Udemy, do it yourself. I don't need to mention these things. Ask ChatGPT, it will teach you. Honestly speaking, it will teach you. One of my trainees built a solution that you can talk to it and tell it to teach you WAEC, for example, and it will teach you WAEC curriculum. It will be the one talking to you. You know, what we are used to is an AI platform that we talk to. But this one, he designed it in a way that it will talk to you. It will ask you, are you not answering me? Are you not listening to me? Are you still there? Should I continue talking? Things like that. So it's possible to have OpenAI teach you. Let's move to the next slide. I want to round up now. Time is up. Next slide. So, the challenges I'm leaving with you guys today. Now, these challenges, those in the media are not going to like it. I think we still have somebody in the media here, right? You see, when I was developing these slides, I was thinking, how can we shake things up a bit? So I came up with the one, number 4, the last one. The last one, I'm just going to mention the last one only. The last opportunity I'm mentioning here says, build on large language models and challenge the status quo. The people that are really worried about AI taking over our jobs are just in the media. Because there is this challenge now with content creation and how easy you can get the best quality of communication. Maybe not the best, because human beings are still the best. Okay, let's continue to tell ourselves that. So the point is, I am looking for someone that will build a software. So yes, software. We don't just build AI. You build a software and deploy AI through that software. Build a software that journalists can submit content, articles, news articles, and that application would review the content that the journalist has submitted as if it were an editor of that news company, according to the standards that the news company owner or MD has set, also somewhere in the software, in the application. So that means that there is no need for an editor again. If I write a kind of news article that does not go in line with the standard of that company, automatic feedback will be sent to me. And then that means that the editor's job is simplified. So why do you have sports editor, politics editor? I'm sorry, don't come for me. I'm just saying my own as a citizen. So that's number one. But number two is that then, of course, why does it have to be a journalist that will submit the article? Most of our events, everybody is publicizing it by themselves on Twitter. Build that same platform to scrape all the news articles on people's tweets and all, and come up with an article that is well written. One time I actually did something like that. I fed some of my posts and some comments into an AI algorithm, and it came up with a news article that sounded like how all these news articles sound, where they will say, Dr. Ayoola said this while briefing the so and so, and in reaction, some people commented this way, that way. Now, if we can build that, there will be no need for journalists, there will be no need for news editors. All you just have is newspaper companies, and everybody's happy. All right, that's a joke, but it's a challenge. Now, the challenge is not that this is going to happen. It will happen. But what will you do as a journalist to be relevant in that future? And there are so many things I would like to say, but there's not enough time. So I would like to go to the end with the next slide. Next slide. It says, the market is emerging. But whether it emerges towards you or away from you is dependent on how you position yourself. So let us sit up and let's own the narrative. Thank you very much.